July 19th, 2024, 4:09 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a software update ships. By 4:15, hospital ICU monitors go dark. By 4:30, Delta Airlines pilots watch their systems die. By 5 o'clock, emergency 911 calls stop connecting in 3 American states. By 6 a.m., 8.5 million computers around the world show the same blue screen. Nobody knows yet. This will become the largest IT outage in human history and expose the deepest secret of the modern internet. 60% of the Fortune 500 runs on one company's code. In 2011, 3 men decided to build a company: George Kurtz, Dmitry Alperovich, Greg Marston. Kurtz was the former chief technology officer of McAfee. Alperovich had immigrated from the Soviet Union as a teenager. They believed the cybersecurity industry was fighting yesterday's war. Instead of chasing every new virus, they would watch every endpoint in real time, or even from the cloud. Warburg Pincus wrote them a check for $25 million. They founded CrowdStrike in Irvine, California. By 2019, they went public on the NASDAQ. By 2024, they joined the S&P 500. Their business was quiet, invisible, trusted. 300 of America's Fortune 500 companies became their customers. The Pentagon, the Department of Homeland Security, hospitals treating cancer patients, banks moving trillions of dollars, all of them trusted the same company. The Guardian was in position. At 4:09 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on July 19th, 2024, CrowdStrike shipped an automatic update, a single configuration file named Channel File 291. It was flawed, the kind of bug an experienced engineer catches in 5 minutes, but CrowdStrike had pushed it live automatically to every customer on Earth, without staging, without a test group, 8.5 million times. By 5:27 UTC, they identified the flaw and pushed a fix, 78 minutes, but by then, the damage was done. Once the update went live, machines began dying within seconds. Every computer hit the same wall, blue screen, every one of them dead. They could not restart on their own. Every machine needed hands in person, one by one. In Australia, it was afternoon. Sydney Airport froze. The country's largest banks reported system failures within minutes. In Europe, morning broadcasts vanished. Sky News in London went off the air for 4 hours. Heathrow's check-in systems collapsed. In Berlin, hospitals stopped scheduling surgeries. At Sheba Medical Center in Israel, elective procedures were delayed. Then the sun rose over America. Atlanta, Denver, Chicago, every major airline hub in the United States hit the same wall. Aviation, healthcare, banking, media, retail, government, 8.5 million machines, one flawed file. The world's Guardian had just crashed the world, and the Guardian was still deploying. Delta Airlines was hit worst. Over the next 5 days, Delta canceled 7,000 flights, impacting 1.3 million passengers. Passengers slept on airport floors in Atlanta. Delta pilots waited for instructions that never came. Baggage systems went silent. Meanwhile, in New York City, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center postponed every procedure requiring anesthesia. In Boston, Mass General Brigham canceled every non-emergency surgery and visit. Across 6 states, Arizona, Colorado, Wyoming, Nevada, Nebraska, California, Banner Health closed its clinics. In 3 American states, Alaska, New Hampshire, and Ohio, emergency 911 lines stopped functioning. If you had a heart attack in Alaska that morning, you could not call for help. For 8 hours, the digital scaffolding of the modern world quietly collapsed, and the people trapped inside it were about to pay the price. The stories were quiet ones, not the airports, the people, a nurse in Boston, or discharged patients by handwritten paper for the first time in her career. The Washington Post interviewed an IT worker named Morris, 2 decades in the industry. Quote, it was a heightened sense of stress that I haven't experienced, end quote. A father in Atlanta trying to reach a stranded child in another country that watched every rebooking attempt fail for 4 days. A cancer patient in New York told her surgery was postponed indefinitely. She would wait, and she was one of thousands. These are the moments the outage was actually measured in, not machines, people waiting, but behind closed doors. The CEO of CrowdStrike was about to break his silence. By that afternoon, George Kurtz appeared on NBC's Today Show. Quote, We are deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected, end quote. 2 months later, on September 24th, 2024, the United States Congress held its first hearing on the outage. Congress asked for George Kurtz to appear. George Kurtz did not come. CrowdStrike sent someone in his place. Adam Myers, Senior Vice President for Counter-Adversary Operations. He apologized to Congress on behalf of the company and said they were determined to prevent it from happening again. The apologies were public. The customers were still calling. The lawsuits had not started yet. On October 25th, 2024, Delta Airlines filed suit in the Superior Court of Fulton County, Georgia. The complaint was 118 pages. The demand was clear, $500 million. Delta alleged gross negligence. That CrowdStrike had deployed without proper testing, like without staged rollout, without consent. The same day, CrowdStrike countersued, they blamed Delta. While the lawyers filed motions, the market was already answering. CrowdStrike's stock fell 45% from its all-time high. Then Parametrics ran the numbers. The direct financial loss to the Fortune 500, excluding Microsoft, was $5.4 billion. Healthcare bore the largest share, nearly $2 billion. Banking, over $1 billion. Only 10 to 20% was covered by cyber insurance. The rest was written off. But CrowdStrike was already climbing back. CrowdStrike survived by August of 2024. The stock had bottomed. Over the next year, it rebounded more than 210%. Annual recurring revenue crossed $5 billion. The lawsuits are still in court. But if you check the Fortune 500 today, 300 of them still run on the same company's code, the same Guardian, the same architecture, the same silent trust. The update was fixed in 78 minutes. Trust may never be. I'm Empire Decoded. The next collapse is already being built.